how Raila Odinga is so corrupt and a conman. Look at even the way that he relates to the regional leaders of Africa. Take the DRC. Raila Odinga was supposed to be the greatest friend for Felix Tshisekedi, who is the president of DRC Congo. He wanted, and he was actually doing smuggling of Congo's minerals, gold, diamonds. Raila Odinga is a multi-billionaire, okay, in dollar terms, because of corruption, because of smuggling, because of money laundering, because of plutocracy that he has been engaging in. So he's a friend of Tshisekedi. Tshisekedi has visited him, even at home in Karen. But in the recent past, Raila Odinga has been supporting Kagame, who is being backed by the Western imperialists to destabilize Congo so that they can continue to loot Congo's minerals. So you can see that he doesn't care about friendship. He doesn't care about the fact that the Congolese have been suffering for the last 60 years. He doesn't care that the West don't really give a damn about Africa. Trump doesn't give a damn about Africa. And all the Western leaders don't give a damn about Africa. They care about how much they can extract from the African continent. In fact, if you listen to Trump recently, he said he wants South African whites, the Boers, the people who perpetrated apartheid for 100 years, the people who have looted 90% of the land in South Africa and the minerals, and who have never worked, who have treated black people like dogs, even worse than dogs. In fact, black people in South Africa are worse than domestic dogs in South Africa. The South African domestic dogs, the dogs in South Africa belonging to white people, are fed better, are housed better, are treated better, and are considered higher in terms of hierarchy than the African black South African. Trump said he wants to give a free, although he's saying everybody should leave the United States who came to the United States illegally, the only group of people that he would allow, without even requiring them to apply for a visa, is a South African Boer, a South African white. Which means that to Trump, black people are not human beings. Anybody other than white person is not a human being. And he said, white South Africans will be able to come to the United States without a requirement of a visa. But all the Africans that are in the United States who should be given a visa because they immigrated there, they're contributing to the economy of the United States. And by the way, 90% of the people working. Number three, point number three. The glorious, heroic Gen Zs of Kenya went to the streets in 2024, June 25th. Our revolutionary Gen Zs mobilized, organized, and opposed the Finance Bill 2024. They mobilized, they protested, they took over parliament, and they stopped Ruto in his tracks. Ruto was in the process of implementing the most punitive IMF-imposed conditions of taxation without representation, of taxation without benefit, of taxation without rights, of being turned slaves in your own country. And after that happened, and Ruto was just about to be removed from his legitimate perch at the State House, Raila Odinga went behind the Gen Z's backs and did a deal. The entire world, William Kipchirchir Ruto, stood in front of the entire world at the KICC and announced that he was going to support Ruto. He didn't care that Ruto had murdered hundreds of Gen Zs after the protest, during the protest, and in days after that has perpetrated a systematic abduction of young people, disappeared them, tortured them, and continues to kill many of them. Raila didn't care about that. Raila didn't care about the real grievance that led to the Gen Z revolution. The fact that the Gen Zs, more than 65% of them, highly qualified, young with a lot of energy and vision, are unemployed.